Welcome to Ready Frames, the home of below average pool, and today I've got a semi for you to enjoy. It's Joe versus Chris, semi-final in the cup. This is a first to 5 cup match, getting you into the final obviously, and we have two players that are actually good at the sport that we've based our whole channel around. I don't know why we decided pool would be the best idea for a group of mates that can't play pool to film, but here we are. These are the two players that can actually do it of the whole channel, so we might have a good game. Let's get into it. Now, we've seen Joe smash him up from the break. He's still at the table. Could this be a break and dish, a very rare occurrence on our channel, something that a few of our players could only ever dream of achieving? This is from our handicap cup. Both these players play off of a minus, so because they're on the same handicap, we just put them as 0-0. First to 5, so this should just be a nice easy matchup as it goes. Our previous video showed Noel absolutely demolishing Jody, who had a +2 I believe handicap, and the end of result was a 5-0 win, leaving it 5-2 with the handicap added on for Noel. Absolutely demolished the boy. And Joe here still on for this break and dish. Does this red drop in nicely? It does position onto the other one. Doesn't come as far as he'd like off the cushion, so maybe changing his tactics here and playing down the table. But it looks like he's going to attempt something. I'm not really sure what the aim is here, because I don't think this cuts in. That would be like a 90-degree. Oh, bloody hell, it does! What a shot! And he's loobled! It's £157 going towards charity. If you don't know already, we are donating £1 for every loo ball on the channel. It's nice that there's some positive coming out of the terrible plays that you see. Somebody's benefiting, and it certainly ain't you guys watching it. Now, while we're watching Chris walk around the table assessing his options, look out for a future video coming up, a YouTube comp, as we battle it out to win a big old goodie bag of stuff that YouTube kindly sent to us. It was a great day, lots of fun to be had, some real good content as well, so keep an eye out for that video as it drops hopefully shortly. And Chris eyeing up the plant here to bring himself into a really nice run of balls left on the table. And that goes down nicely. Bit tied up where that yellow's ended up, but it's not the end of the world. He can get position and still drop it in along the bottom rail. So let's see how he tackles these. Wonderful. Takes this one into the corner, hopefully. I don't see what else he would do. Just leave himself back a little bit to get that angle. Little bit of screw back. Just stun, pull back a bit. Is he going to do that? Yeah, nicely. Not too much. That's perfectly done. Can bounce back up the table off this yellow, hopefully not hitting the black and leaving himself a real awkward position. But first of all, he's got to put this ball down. So does it drop along that rail? It looks like it's going to rattle. It has, and he's left himself awful position on the black anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And he has ended up with a little bit of a stitch on Joe, but Joe can pull off the skill shot probably quite easily. It does look relatively straight. Smack that in, red will follow. Yeah, lovely shot. Well played, Joe, and take this last red, move yourself basically anywhere on the table, because that black drops any direction from where you are. Lovely stuff, just bouncing back up, and take this into the middle pocket for a 1-0 lead over Chris. Does it drop first of all? Curse pocket, all good. 1-0 Joe. We see Chris at the table. It looks like there's been quite a lot of potting going on, but it probably wasn't worth showing as Chris is on reds, and it looks like Joe only left 2 yellows on the table and didn't quite manage to finish his supper. No clean dishes so far, and Chris leaving an absolutely diabolical snooker for Joe to deal with here. Now, he could potentially see this yellow. I don't know if it goes past the red. It's a hard angle to tell. It's always really difficult to judge. And whether or not he could go in off, if he can hit that ball hard enough in the face. He can see it quite clearly by the looks of that shot. He couldn't do anything with it. So he's just going to nudge it and leave Chris back at the table with a really, really nice opportunity to make this 1-all. Drops that in nicely across to the other middle pocket, I assume. No, he's going to play down into the corner by the looks of it. No, he's going back to the middle pocket. I don't know what I'm talking about. He takes this one nicely, screwing back, giving himself angles. There's 3 balls down the bottom there that all have a pocket to go into. Chris probably wanted to bring that ball a bit further across the table for a nicer angle. Yeah, as I say it, he did point at the spot he would have liked to have left it. He still has options to pop balls, obviously. It's just not the route he had in his head. Can he put this away, though? To keep this visit alive, he can put it away. Position, is it going to end up in a nice spot? Yeah, it has, just behind that one into the middle pocket. He can then drop it a little bit further and go other middle pocket, or he can just leave it where it is. Exactly like that, and drop this one into the bottom corner. What ball is he going to opt for? Bottom corner seems the right choice. Position, just don't hang up behind that black or anything. Don't want to do anything silly. He's not going to pot it instead, and he played terrible position anyway. Walla Wally, Joe back at the table, 2 balls left, a covered pocket down the bottom there, but I'm sure Joe can think of a way of moving around that yellow to select a different pocket to put into. He's going to cut this first of all, though. It is the cursed pocket, so maybe not the easiest of shots. It's a low ball! Dipstick. That is £158 to charity. Chris is going to use his free ball from the foul to clear this yellow out of the way and give himself perfect position off this red. Move up the table for the other red into the middle pocket, and the black is surely a gimme. Comes up table just enough. This red is nice and easy, and the black is a natural position. It's dead straight into the bottom pocket. It's a 1-0 surely, but I won't say it yet because we have seen some easy ones missed. It's a 1-0 into the third frame, and I'm going to use this time to remind you, you can follow us on all the socials. We are on YouTube where you're watching this video. We are on Instagram and TikTok, and we have just released a Facebook page. Hopefully that can take off as well. We are Only Frames on everything. Just give that a search and you'll be able to find us. The content is the same across the board, apart from the long videos only go out on YouTube. So if you want the long form content, you will find that here on YouTube, and all the short videos go out on all the platforms. Maybe not at exactly the same time, but all the videos do end up posted at some point. We just missed Chris being a bit unlucky with a cut across the table there, and now Joe is back at the table. He is yellows. He is taking a long ball into this bottom corner. How's your cueing, Joe? Lovely and straight. Nicely done. Just held there for the possibly up the table for the other corner. I think that's the one to go for. Yeah, he's looking like he will. Does this drop again? Of course it does. Not a hard shot at all, and position is beautiful. Beautiful if you wasn't thinking about taking that yellow off the cushion, because there is pretty much no route to get it into a better place to play from. But let's see if Joe can work some miracles here. We know he has got the skills. Sometimes he's going up the table. He's put the wrong side on it, surely, because it's bounced away position, unless he was just trying to leave himself a nice double on it. But that hit off the black is very unfortunate. He's left himself snookered, and I don't think the double goes in without a bit of luck, because this is a hard shot to line up, and he's done a really good attempt at it, but it is not going to drop. And we see Chris at the table. Surely these 3 balls are a given. It looks like he's opting for this cut into the top corner, and it looks off. It's not hitting at all. What a dipstick. He's not going to be happy with himself with that one. And Joe's back at the table. He's only got 1 ball left to pot. It is all the way down the table, though, along that rail. The one that people have commented and said there is a bit of a roll-off on. So maybe this doesn't drop. We will see. Now we know Joe is a good player. So he can play these shots quite nicely. Just a nice bit of pace on it. Did it roll off? Let us know in the comments. You decide. He's put the ball back where it was originally. That's no good. And Chris will be breathing a sigh of relief as he has another opportunity to make this 2-1. He's going for another cut into top pocket, and this one actually does drop this time, so that is all right. The 2 remaining balls are a formality. They both have an easy pot into the corners respectively. They are sitting as close as they can to dropping in as it is, so all he's got to do is just play a little bit of position. Where's he going to take this cue ball? Is he going to screw back a bit past the black? He's going to not quite past the black. He's going to go a bit too far than he wanted, because now he has a cut into the middle rather than a straight shot, but it does seem to drop, just about wiping its feet. But it's 2-1 to Chris, and Chris is back at the table. He is yellows. He's looking like he's going to cut into the bottom pocket. He has done. That cannon has not helped him there, as it's left his cue ball all the way up the other end of the table. That is not easy cueing. It's quite close to the cushion as well. Is he going to try this up and down a table as a double? Is he going to try and cut? He's going to try and cut. He's gone past it. He's got a hit on the way back. And he is got really lucky there not to have fouled. What a silly boy. And Joe is back at the table. 3 balls remaining. 3 balls that all have pockets they can go into. So this shouldn't be a difficult one. Looking like he's going to tackle the middle pocket ball first. Or is he going to go up the table? No, I think he's just going to cut this into the middle pocket. Just making sure position is... Ooh, curse middle pockets. And that is now a golden opportunity for Chris to make amends for his earlier mistakes. And he is back. He is going to smash this one into the middle pocket. Knocking the black safe. Not ideal at all. This is not the quality of pool I thought we were going to see from today's matchup. But this is only frames the home of below average pool, so I really should expect it to be utter rubbish, which it has been so far. And Chris is going to try and cut this in real fine, putting a bit of side on there to kick the ball. He didn't cut it at all, actually. I lied. He was going to try and play a cocked hat up the table, and it has not paid off. And Joe is back. Surely this is 2-all. Can't really see this going wrong from here, but I said that last time. And that drops into the middle nicely. Is he going to opt for cutting the other one in? No, I think he's going to play down the table. What is his options? You play down the table, you do risk coming up too far, blocking your options. Or you could play it too soft and be behind the black. And Joe has played it too soft. He's just about got the pot, but he's snooking himself behind the black. This is diabolical. This is terrible standard of pool that we're having to endure. And somehow he managed to get the contact on the red, but it wasn't enough to put it down. And once again, I say it again, Chris is at the table. It's a golden opportunity, but I've said that so many times and none of it has amounted to anything. Can he put a long ball down? Can anyone pot something? That would be nice. Whilst playing position, he's going to wrap around the back of the black. It's nice. It drops in nicely. It's nearly a straight shot. Surely this is 3-1 to Chris. This can't go wrong, surely. Yeah, happy days. It's the 5th frame, and Chris once again is yellows. He is at the table. It doesn't look like it's progressed much further than a break, so don't worry, you haven't missed too much terrible action. We are at the table watching Chris making light work of the few yellows he now has remaining. Could this be a break and dish? I don't think it's a break and dish because we didn't get to see the break, so I'm assuming there's probably a 10 minutes of knocking balls about, not putting anything down, as is the way we play at Only Frames. And Chris is now looking to put this one into the middle pocket, playing position. He's actually managed to play position for once in this game, I should say, actually. The frame itself, he's done alright so far. The rest of the game has been tragic, but this is alright. This is some pool. And he's going to opt for the one into the middle bag, just holding position on the cue ball there, a little bit further than he wanted. Does it cut into the middle? Is he going to try and play it? Yeah, he's going to try and play the cut into the middle, and he's... he's going to absolutely fluke it and somehow get the jump off of the pocket there to leave himself position on a long black down the rail. This is the rail that possibly rolls off, if you believe our comments. And he's not going to put it down. He's going to sit it in the pocket. And Joe is back. Joe has, what's that? I can't count. 6 balls on the table. He has a really nice black for the finish at the end of this, because Chris has left him an absolute sitter. These balls should all go nicely. There is a nice route around the table to put them all away, and Chris didn't, let's be honest, he didn't deserve that black after the absolute flukes he pulled off to get there. So it would be nice to see Joe scrape this frame back, and he drops that one lovely down the rail, little bit of position onto this middle pocket. He has the option of 2 balls straight after. What's he going to do? Follow it through and take the one into the bottom pocket. He's going to miss. It's a cursed pocket. Oh, and he's finished the frame for Chris, because let's be honest, he weren't going to miss from there. He's not Lou. And we're into potentially the final frame of this match, as Chris is on match point. He's going to play, I don't really know what that was. One of the worst shots I've ever seen. These balls at the top of the table look awful, to be honest. That is terrible, terrible. This frame could go on for a very long time. And Joe opting for this yellow. He tried to play it off the reds, and in fact has done Chris a bit of a favour there, knocking those problem balls about. And now he has an opening to put a frame away and to win this match. He's going for the long ball into the corner. It's a nice, simple pot. This can't go wrong. Oh God, I said it can't go wrong, and somehow I've cursed a game that was filmed about 3 weeks ago, so it's not my fault. That was pathetic, and Joe going for the very fine cut there. He rolls it in nicely, position onto the next yellow as he knocks it across the table, and now surely he can roll down the table. This is a absolutely perfect place to be to gain a frame back on a game he is losing quite badly so far, and surely luck is in Joe's corner at the moment as he puts this one down. He doesn't snooker himself like he did that other frame, and he's got a straight yellow to just roll up the table a bit for this black into the bottom right corner, and surely this is it. This is 4-2 to Joe. He can't miss this. This can't go wrong, but I said that about Chris's pot up the top of the table. Lovely stuff. That is 4-2, and we're back. This is the 7th frame of today's match, and potentially match frame, match point, one of them. I don't know what I'm talking about. I've completely lost the plot. I don't know what I'm talking about, and Joe is gonna try and plan out a route for these yellows. Take this one into the middle. Oh no, take this one actually up the top of the table, leaving himself across for the other top pocket. Nicely done. That was probably the most awkward ball on the table at the current standards. So as he puts this one down, hopefully doesn't cannon that yellow miles across. No, he's wrapped around the back of it, and that is nicely done. This is where I like to guess how the better players plan their routes. I think he's going to drop this one into the same pocket, play off the middle ball there, and just run down the table. But as I am a bad player, I've got it completely wrong. He's going to opt for this bottom pocket first, dropping that one in and leaving the cue ball roughly the same place it was just in. It is the better option because now he just drops this in, comes off of that middle ball into the pocket, and the black is a dead straight formality into the bottom right. That really did wipe its feet on the way in. That was very nearly a sitter in the pocket, and that wouldn't have been any good for Joe. And it, like I just said, he drops that in nicely, and it's a dead straight into the bottom corner, and this is a comeback tale. This is 4-3 to Chris. Joe wins a frame back. And Chris on the break here. We don't often see a break. It normally means we're going to see quite a fast frame. Something exciting to happen. So maybe we are in for some good pull. Is Chris dead at the side of the screen there with his foot slumped into the camera shot? Who knows? That could be the excitement. A death on the channel. Something we haven't had yet. Despite us having a few players that are really at that age where they could go at any moment, we haven't had one yet, and what am I talking about? Nah, they're not that old. They are borderline geriatrics, some of the people on our channel, and Joe there with a nice pot and cannon into those reds. Open them up. There is one that is tied up in a really awkward position. Can he play off of it here, but he's instead going to use the cue ball to clear a route, and that has nicely come through for him. Is he going to opt for take the same ball he's just cleared a path to, or is he going to play back down the table? No, he is going to take it. It is quite the cut, but it is right near the pocket, so not too much can go wrong from there. Yeah, that will do. Make sure that blue ball stays away. It has stayed away, so he won't be paying a pound into the pot. Joe doesn't look happy with how that has played out, but he does have this long ball into the bottom of the table there. Is whether or not he can put it away. It's a long shot, and it's going to rattle. It is so close, yet so far, and Chris is back at the table with an opportunity to win this game once and for all. Although it's not the nicest set of balls we've seen today, they do all go away into a pocket. Just whether or not he has that cue ball on a string and plays it where he needs it to be, which he hasn't done so far today. So this could be another tragedy in the making, and he's going to play a sneaky little snooker there. That was lovely done. Perfect pace on it, just to tap that ball, come off the cushion so it's legal, and Joe now has a tricky escape here. How's he going to play this? Is he going to try and pot the ball in the bottom corner? Or is he just going to try and come off his red to keep it safe? He's going to hit the black instead. That is 2 shots to Chris. How are you going to use this opportunity now? Chris just assessing his options at the table. Just looking around to see. Taking his time. What I miss? Sorry. Oh, not much by the looks of it. He must have been standing there for a long old time. And now, what's he going to do here? As he's taken one of Joe's balls off of the problem pocket there. And I don't really know why, because it hasn't really cleared anything up for him. Maybe he just used it to play position onto these yellows that were nearer the black down here on this table. And that goes into the middle pocket. No curse on that shot. And now he has not the easiest of opportunities here. This yellow, I do believe, goes, but the angle does look like it's quite hard to actually get to make sure it sinks into the centre of that pocket. He does it, but he doesn't get the cannon off the yellow on the side there, which he may have wanted to do. Now Chris has got some options here. He could just drop this one into the middle pocket, or he could play an absolutely insane plant all the way down. Of course he's going to take the one into the middle pocket. He's not a nutcase, and he wants this game to be over with. We all want this game to be over with. I've got things to do and places to be. That's a lie. I've got absolutely nothing on. I never do. But I do have a school run to do at some point, so if you could hurry up, Chris, that would be greatly appreciated. This game is over 20 minutes, which is longer than most on our channel. And he's going to wrap that ball down the table. He hasn't snookered himself. He does have the option for this one on the cushion. Is he going to capitalise from this moment? Because this, once this goes down, surely this is frame over and game over. 5-3 would be the score. And this is the easiest of shots into the middle pocket. But we've said that a few times today already, and I have been wrong a few times today already. So he's going to play this one in a little bit of top just to drag it past. Nicely done, and straight shot into the bottom corner. This is game, surely. That drops. 5-3 to Chris. That is game over. Chris through to the final. Nice bit of respect from the players there. This is Only Frames. Thank you for watching.